Public health would tell her not to get them
I
on a
don't even know
global
what's
tree
going on anymore.
after they've
Uh,
been pushing for it. Like, that doesn't make sense.
yeah. 7:57. Let's get the mayor's council of Guam president.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Mayor.
Hey,
Good
mayor.
morning. Happy birthday, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you. Right on. Appreciate it. There goes all the hard questions.
Yeah.
Hi,
I don't know. You get
Well,
the
if-
feeling like, is it?
more-
I feel like I'm in a dream. Are you sure this is not a dream?
like we're getting punked or
Wake up.
something.
Like we're getting punked,
Yeah.
like that we're in a Delta surge and the governor's not doing anything about it because we're just getting punked. And she's going to call me like, hi, I got you guys. Oh, boy. Where's Ashton Kutcher? Is he around somewhere? Yeah, I don't know, Mayor. What are you tracking, though? Are you tracking any? Because I know that when there are restrictions coming down, a lot of times the governor will have meetings with people.
Mhm.
Have you heard anything over the weekend? Or
Nothing over the weekend. Nothing since the Thursday, Friday that we all heard about. Yeah, nothing new. Of course, on the municipal side, the facilities are they're really just kind of closed. It just really depends on the usage. I know that parks, we're still allowing people to use the parks to get out to exercise, and there are still some sports practices, kind of depending on the type of sport and making sure that it's no contact. But recreational usage for like parties, I know for sure most of those facilities are closed. So yeah, none of that has actually changed. Kind of still the same.
What about
For
the
most.
senior citizen center? Thought
So the
wasn't
senior
it
center, I mean,
October? They were supposed
that's
to.
been October 1st was our target date, but you know what? We have to prepare. I was telling, I was sharing with everyone else that we really should prepare for the rest of this first semester of school to not really be too in a hurry to open the centers, simply because you know we have to juggle our staff, and people don't realize that, or most people don't realize that we still have the same amount of staff if we're assisting with schools and if we opened up the senior centers. So I think the people that are the powers that be regarding the senior centers agree that we're going to kind of hold off on opening those senior centers, simply because we just can't support the centers properly, because as it is now with the schools, of course GDOE has not, well, no, GDOE has asked us for help in passing out senior meals, the excess meals, I'm sorry, student meals, because not everyone has transportation to pick up meals. So Sodexo has hundreds of meals left over, and they're just trying to farm that out to everyone else that needs it, all the students that need it. And so for those residents who don't have a ride, or for those residents who are actually those parents that are working and students can't access food, that's where we come in, is we make those deliveries to their homes. So on top of our regular duties, on top of delivering senior meals, 1,000+ senior meals, we also are assisting with the with the student distribution, on top of the traffic escorting at the schools, right? So the schools are grab and go. So most offices that have schools within their jurisdiction are assisting with traffic escort as well. So everyone's working together to make this happen for everyone. So if our staff is going to continue to do what they're doing on top of opening the centers, there doesn't seem to be a way that would be feasible, unless of course we hired more people. And I'm not sure anyone wants to hire any more personnel. We did talk about contracting maintenance work and sanitization work, and so those are still part of the plan for the senior centers. But there's just still more to the senior center than maintenance and sanitization, right? There's the actual operation. So that's on hold now. And Dr. Lombard's presentation was extensive, and one of the things that I've been thinking about with school, and I know that it kind of came up a little in a conversation, but for the most part, I think this whole year students are just done with school. I think it's going to kind of be like the war. And, students are just going to be home, and we're going to have to prepare them some other way to be successful citizens. So I'm not sure how, I don't think that's a popular, viewpoint, but I believe, we're going to continue to go back and forth. I don't see COVID leaving us anytime soon, and I don't think anyone else does either. And so we just kind of have to be prepared at all different angles. And when we're considering senior centers, that's part of our operation. So no, that's still on hold. The good thing over the weekend, though, is that the budget bill that was passed by the legislature was lapsed into law. So I do, on behalf of the council, want to sincerely thank the Speaker and Senator Josen Augustine and all the senators that voted for the bill, simply because it does fund the Mayor's Council appropriately and as requested. I know that the $10 million that was given to the council will certainly be put to good use. We're hoping now to hear about any funds coming from the American Rescue Plan. The other thing about the new budget for fiscal 22 is that I know it's been a contentious subject for many, many years, and we're happy to announce that the legislature has also helped us in making sure that the money is given to the districts appropriately, proportionately. And so every district will receive $20,000 from our lump sum, and then the balance will be distributed according to the 2021, I believe, street survey report from DPW. So we're excited. I am excited about that, because it's the first time we can actually say this is exactly how we're dividing it, and this is what it's based on, as opposed to just pulling up a percentage out of the sky. So we look forward to that. Of course, it's going to be a change for a lot of the smaller. It's going to be a change for all the districts, because the larger districts will certainly have more money, and I'm hoping that because they'll have more money, we can properly address their issues. And everyone asks, so what's the big deal with the Mayor's Council? What's going on there? What is everyone doing? Well, it's trash. We have trash all day, every day. We have trash. We have dogs. We have pigs. We have cats. So all of that is, every day for us. So that's something, when someone asks, so what's going on? Well, really, that's what's going on. And so, and you just look outside, someone's going to complain about something related to trash, related to an animal, and that's just, it's a never-ending cycle. And so, again, I am very thankful that the budget bill was passed, or was lapsed into law, and we can hopefully get things going. One of the other things that I am keeping tabs on is our recycling revolving fund, and I know that KOAM is always asking about our recycling revolving fund money. And for years, we've always had an issue with receiving the money on time, accounting for it, properly accounting for it in as far as invoice submission. And I'm happy to say that we are keeping tabs on that as far as the mayor is submitting invoices on time. And because we know that the budget bill was lapsed into law, and that $1.5 million from the recycling revolving fund will be given to the Mayor's Council of Guam, I will this week be communicating with EPA to see if they can ensure that at their next board meeting, they can address that money coming to the Mayor's Council, so that we'll continue to receive the money year round, so that we can continue to collect the recyclables, the vehicles, the white goods, electronics, all of the good stuff that needs to get picked up and disposed of. And so this past year we had 1.3 million, and there's almost nothing left over from that 1.3. And so, trash grows. I don't know which mayor said it, but it could have been Mayor Savares from Denado, but just like cars grow, right? I mean, just as much as everything else grows, like cars grow. And so 1.3 million was certainly used towards that, and there's definitely a whole lot more. One of the issues that we have is Chamorro Land Trust property. And that certainly could be a story in itself, because are we responsible for all the Chamorro Land Trust dumps? Because if you look at Chamorro Land Trust property, everyone complaining is, not everyone, but there's a lot of people complaining on Chamorro Land Trust property that I don't know how this car got here. I don't know how this refrigerator got here. I don't know how this stove got here. But you know what? We didn't put it there. So how did it get there? And you don't have 6 cars, you have 10 cars. And you don't have 1 refrigerator, you have 50 refrigerators. So I really feel like Chamorro Land Trust needs to step it up as well, and their enforcement needs to be beefed up, because they have the duty to ensure that these properties are used the way they're supposed to be used, and are properly maintained. It's not the mayor's job. We'll certainly come in to take things on the main road and secondary and tertiary roads, but when we're talking about private property and Chamorro Land Trust property, if there's excess money, we certainly are willing to help. I know there's one mayor who will not budge at removing any recyclables from businesses. And I understand his point. The point is, what, they're a business, they make money, well, they need to use their money and dispose the recyclables properly. I agree. But at the same time, we have this money. I feel we use it, get rid of the trash, and hopefully live in a cleaner, brighter Guam.
Right.
So there's definitely a whole lot more in store for us. I am looking forward to seeing what the governor is going to give us from the American Rescue Plan, because in that discussion with the legislature, with Senator San Augustine and some of the other senators, we discussed that a big portion of that money for us in the American Rescue Plan would do a good clean sweep of Guam regarding trash, including a motor pool, including purchasing heavy equipment, operators, maintenance for those heavy equipment in order for us to complete our jobs in the villages. And I certainly am looking forward to that, to ensure that we continue to use this money wisely, this money from fiscal 22 and the American Rescue Plan money. So there's definitely a lot of work going on on the background.
Thank you, Mayor. It's 8:08, guys, on the breeze. We're KUAM FM. I got New Guam. We're not going on KUAM TV today because there's sports. Football!
Iba football.
So we're here and we're doing this. Sabrina Salas Mantanani, good morning.
Good morning. Mayor, I wanted to follow up. You're mentioning ARP money. Has any of the ARP money been used to pay for the COVID differential pay?
Well, we don't have any money in the Mayor's Council of Guam from ARP, so I can say no on our end. Whether it was transferred.
So no local funds, as far as you're aware, has been used to pay for the COVID differential pay for the Mayor's Council of Guam employees?
No.
Have you guys been notified that you guys aren't going to be paid any more COVID differential pay?
Yes, Sabrina Matanani.
So tell me what happened. What have you been notified?
Yes, of course you're going to ask me that question.
I'm sorry.
So you got a big fat, you're not getting any more COVID differential pay. Stop, mayors.
Yeah, you're right. Son of a gun. Yes, you're right.
Well, doesn't that make you mad? Like, you guys are out here doing everything and anything.
It does, and you know what? You just gotta laugh sometimes because we're all okay. We're alive, but you're right. I mean, our coworkers, they work so hard. I mean, they really do. For all the crazy things people say about them, and for all the crazy things we make them do, they do deserve that differential pay. Especially, I mean, they've never stopped working. We said it time and time again on the show. They've never stopped working. They continue to work just like everybody else. So they're not any different from anyone else that's working in the front lines. And so I laugh about it, not because I think it's funny, but what else can I do? I mean, if I had the millions in my pocket, I'd give it because I know that they deserve it and that they've earned it, but I don't. And so, you just kind of have to grin and bear it. Just however it is, it's gonna. I was assured though that it is being handled and that they will get paid. So, so no, they are not up to date with their COVID pay.
Were you guys?
And I don't know about the American Rescue Plan money because, like I said, we haven't drawn any of that from the Mayor's Council side. But if it was given from another branch of government to or some other agency to the Department of Administration to pay for our Mayor's Council COVID differential, then I don't know about it. I just know that we haven't received it on the Mayor's Council side.
But you guys received. When did you guys receive word that they're no longer going to be paid COVID differential pay? And what was the reason?
You know what? I have to pull that up. I don't have it in front of me, but it was because, of course, lack of funds. Again, they didn't say that it wouldn't get paid. They said that if we were gonna pay it out, we would have to use local funds. But you know how that goes. I mean, I've said it many times again on the show that we don't have the money to pay for that because it's already short as it is, for fiscal 21. So, but I can look it up. I believe it was last week or something. Yeah, I don't think they've. The instructions were to continue to prepare your timesheets as usual, and when DOA will accept it, we'll submit them. So I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, we have not submitted any COVID timesheets to DOA.
Because you guys were told we don't have any more money. There's funds have run out.
That's correct. Yeah. And so, of course, like I said, they don't say they're not going to pay it. They say that if we're going to pay it, we need to use local funds. But I mean, that just kind of means we can't pay it because we don't have local funds to pay for it. But it's kind of just like the RISE Act. Like, I mean, how do I get $500 from KOAM? Because, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I think we've all heard it and we're all, it's just kind of, I mean, I'm not sure why our people have to wait and almost beg for this money. I mean, and you guys have said it time and time again. And it's coming to a point where, I mean, it's like, aren't there enough fiscal managers to determine the need? And not only to determine the need, but to determine the process in which this money is going to get paid out to the people so that they're no longer waiting. Gosh, how many do you have at KOAM? You're giving out $500 a day? Anyway.
I figured I'd just ask.
Sorry about my friend there.
I know. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't talk about friends because, miscommunication.
Sorry to all the mayor's office employees, all them COG employees that have been busting their ass this whole time. You're not going to get your COVID differential pay because supposedly there's not enough money to cover it. So.
They'll get it. They're gonna remain resilient as always, and they'll continue to work hard for all of us and make us all look good so that we're all alive. So, I do certainly thank them. Yeah. And, it's hard to work with 19 mayors too, right? Everyone has their own point of view, right. But I'm very happy to say that, amidst all of these challenges, we continue to, press forward and regardless of what happens during the day, we continue to work together for the people of Guam. And like I said, it's just differing views, but that's just what it is. We don't live in a perfect world.
What did you make though of the governor in her message about the budget? That's some nerve, huh? Some nerve to complain about this budget that the senators passed when you did everything in your power to keep any information that they needed from getting to them. I mean, it was just crazy. I mean, you don't want to tell us what the plan is. You didn't want to include the American Rescue Plan money in the budget. So you had these senators budgeting, whatever nickels we can rub together. And then you go and write a letter complaining about it. That was just nuts to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to take the legislature side on this and say, well, and the speaker said it in her letter, right? I mean, they went through the process without any other figures especially from the American Rescue Plan, and knowing that some of the departments came in to the hearing, budgeting, using American Rescue Plan, assumingly American Rescue Plan money, and the legislature not knowing. And so I just hope that regardless of what has happened, I really hope that we just really put our differences aside and work together, because we say it all the time, but I don't see it. I don't see it because the two branches continue to be at odds with one another. And the only way that we'll succeed, even through COVID, is if we work together. And I'm happy to say that regardless of how people view the mayors, regardless of what you say, we'll still help. We'll do whatever it is we need to do to keep the people of Guam safe, whatever it is we can do to serve. And I just really feel like, for the budget cycle, I think the legislature has done their job. I think they really have. I mean, maybe I'm biased because we got what we wanted, but you know what? Hey, that's life. But at the same time, they really, they reached out to us. We did, we worked out things together, and it's not perfect. And I just wish that, for the sake of our island, that we work together, that we truly work together. And, I think I mentioned offline that the congressman and Senator Moylan have, communicated with me on something else. And I'm really looking forward to further communications with both Senator Moylan and the congressman, because I feel like, this is not for Jesse Alig. This is not for the community of PD. This is for the island of Guam. And if our island can benefit from whatever Senator Moylan and Congressman Nicholas have been working on, then let's hear it. I think we should hear it. I think we need to know what it is or what is out there for our people, and how our villages and how our island can benefit from it, regardless of party. I mean, it's just, at this point, we really just need to put our words into action and stop saying work together, but actually work together.
See, that's why you're not getting the COVID differential pay, because you keep talking good about the Sir Nicholas Moylan team.
I'm not talking good about anybody. I'm saying that if there's a proposal, then let's hear it. And I'm saying if there's something out there for the villages, let's hear it. If there's something out there that's going to benefit the island, bring it on. Because there's no need to put it under anything. There's no need to hide it all, and there's no need. Heck, I really feel that's our problem. But anyway, I don't want to get into it with you, Mr. Barnett.
No, now you don't want to get into it. Right on. Bree?
Yeah, just real quickly, I don't even know if this is anything, but have the mayors been folded into the discussion about public health's plans to increase community access to this monoclonal antibody treatment? Because they're supposed to be opening up, different sites. So I just wondered if the mayors know, or if you know anything about it.
As a council as a whole, I have not received any word. But perhaps if they were going into certain villages, I'm sure public health, by now knows that they should at least ring the doorbell at the mayor's office.
What about homebound vaccinations? How's that been going? Do you know?
I have not heard any bad things on homebound vaccinations. I know that the last word that I got was to register on 311. Typically mayors will call me to say that they have issues, but I have not had any calls in weeks. So I'm assuming that they're okay.
Okay.
And typically, they'll call my office as well. Residents will call my office as well, and I haven't heard of anyone having any issues regarding homebound vaccination.
All right.
Well, thank you, Mayor.
Thanks, Mayor.
I do want to say, though, that there are the Bill 156 is going to be heard this Wednesday, and that I think is, I know it's contentious among the mayors. I know Senator Ada did introduce that bill along with, I believe, Senator Duenas and Senator Moylan, and I know that they were really trying to do it because the mayors felt that they needed more enforcement regarding public nuisances and civil nuisances. I think one of the issues, and we're working on that on our end, is that mayors are feeling that we're given too much enforcement duties, and those enforcement duties need to be left with, GPD and EPA and so on. And so those that's coming up on Bill 156. And so I do want to thank Senator Ada for it. I know that he really worked hard in making sure they were addressing our issues. But I think there were so many things coming on, and then Bill 116 from Senator Sabina Perez, that kind of all came around. That came first, and then 156, of course. But on Bill 116, Senator Perez is again trying to entertain the mayors and saying, well, okay, here 45% of this citation issued for littering is going to go to the apprehending officer, and so I'm hoping to get the mayor's support on that as well, because that was a big topic for them, that we would issue citations but not get anything from it. And so hopefully we'll both bills will get support from the mayors, and we'll see how that goes through the process. But thanks, too. I appreciate the time.
Oh, thank
Always,
you.
Mayor. Good to have you back.
Okay.
Okay,
Have a good day.
There you
Stay
go.
safe.
Mayor Jesse Alig, 823. Quick break, and we're coming back to do news right here on the link. Good morning.
Are you tired of waiting in long lines?
This season of The Voice promises to be